okay, at least marry for security reasons. Just marry. Not me. I wanted to give this man a baby. Oh, and this man had actually engaged me with a very cheap ring from American Swiss. I was wearing this. Hello everyone, hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Yanga, also known as Bobby Yanch. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, and thank you to everybody who has subscribed. I see that our numbers are slowly but surely growing, and I won't lie, that is very encouraging and it motivates me to try to be more consistent. Anywho, so today's lesson, guys, I'm sorry, today's video, it is a lesson. Actually, I was not wrong. I thought I was wrong because I'm a teacher. I'm always talking about lessons, but it is a lesson because the name of the channel is Bad Life Lessons. Yeah, I did not make a mistake. Anyway, today's topic is about how a man left me after I told him that I was pregnant. He ghosted me after I told him that I'm pregnant. Okay, so let's begin with the story. So this time I have just broken up with my first boyfriend, the one that I regard as my first boyfriend, right? It was after he had thrown the money at me at Waterfront Mall, VNA, and then I got advised by some ladies in the taxi that I was riding in. They advised me to leave him because I should not be sponsoring a man, but a man should be sponsoring moi. So yes, I left him, and I told you guys about how his father, who was in the Eastern Cape, was calling me, begging me. His family members were calling me, begging me to take him back, and I refused. Okay, as much as I'm the one who broke up with him, as much as I refused to get back with him, even after him, crying and begging and even going as far as poisoning himself, I still did not take him back. I'm the one who broke up with him, right? As much as I'm the one who broke up with him, I still felt the pain of losing him because this was the only man I've ever wanted to marry in my life. He was the love of my life. He was my first love. Not the love of my life because I don't love him now. So he definitely was not the love of my life. I'm the love of my life because I'm the only person I can love forever, no matter what. Let's not get it twisted. Okay. So he was my first love. And one thing about first love, it's very, very strong and addictive. Because that time you don't have much experience, you don't have much knowledge about manipulation tactics and all the type of nonsense that you get to learn through a lot of heartbreaks after dealing with men for a long time, So he was my everything because he was my first. So yeah, breaking up with him really crushed me. I ended up joining the wrong crew. I became friends with these local girls, like these girls from my location, and we would end up eating the muffin. I was eating the muffin just to be high so that I can be able to sleep. Excuse me. In occasions where there was no dakha muffin. Oh, for those who don't know what is dakha muffin, it's a muffin stuffed, like baked with weed. So yes, I would literally drug myself with weed muffin so that I can be able to sleep and to distract myself from everything that was going on in my life. And in occasions where there wasn't any weed muffin, I would take snuff. Snuff, that thing that that tobacco thing that is smoked by sangomas. Yeah, I would put it under my tongue. Those girls, my new bad friends, taught me how to do it. So I would put some snuff under my tongue, and I would it would make me feel dizzy. We would not swallow it, but we would just swallow the spit, right? and it would make me feel dizzy. And then I felt like if I'm not drunk, I have to be high, just not to think about the breakup, because my heart was really, really breaking, you know. So eventually, I moved on with an old classmate of mine. This man, I was just starting to like this man. He was working, right? He was not working at a good job. I don't think he had much money, you know. I don't think he was making more than 5,000 rands at his job, because he never had money for anything. But he was better than my previous ex, you know, my first boyfriend. My first boyfriend was, anyone was better than him. He was literally the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the lowest of the bottom of whatever, you know. It was easy to do better than him. So yeah, at least this guy could afford himself clothes. He was living in his auntie's house near the taxi rank. As much as he didn't have much, he could afford to buy us takeaways by this place. What do you call this place? I forgot, but there's a very popular place in the taxi rank in Kailicha where they sell full meal. So he could buy that, you know. And then we would eat and have fun. Oh, he could also buy alcohol, you know. So at least he was an upgrade from my previous boyfriend. So yeah, I was with this guy, but he was very secretive. I knew that something was up with him, you know. Let's call him B, because his name started with B. Last time I checked, before I started dating him, he was in a long relationship, like with this other girl. But you know, I believed that they had broken up, because I could not. Whenever I went to his place, I would not find anything feminine inside, you know. So I really thought they'd broken up. However, there was a female toothbrush in the toilet. And I don't know what lie he told me. I think he told me that belonged to his sister. And I believed, because his sister would come visit him from time to time. Anyway, come to find out, this guy is dating my friend. A friend that I went to high school with. So me and this girl were friends for a long time. But she was very secretive. Like, everybody knew if I'm dating this person, you know, everybody would know. But she didn't tell me who she was dating. So how was I supposed to know? And when I found out, I was shocked, you know. And I did something I'm not proud of, you know. I told the girl, let's surprise this guy. Let's surprise him. Let's be there on that day, just to put him on the spot. Because when she told me she's dating him, I was so shocked. I told her I'm dating him too. She told me that she's been dating him for months or maybe a year, I'm not sure. But they were together for way longer than we were. I think we had been dating for barely a month or something, me and this new guy, me and B, but they've been together for like a year or something. So I told her, okay, he thinks he can play us. He thinks he can play us. Show up at this time and we will shock him. So I went there early and I was sitting there. Oh yeah, we were just making out. And I knew that the friend is coming. But I did not tell B, right? And when she came, I'm so ashamed of myself. Dang. When she came, I acted like the biggest picnic in the world. First, he was shocked. And then I did not side with my friend like I said we would. I said we would walk away together. But you know what? I just was praying he picks me over her. And he did. And I was so evil, you know, I was so mean. I was like, bye, babe, bye to my friend. So I was just happy that he chose me, which is really, really ridiculous. Because I don't understand why I was obsessed with being chosen by a cheater. That guy was a cheater. And like, what did I get for being chosen? Nothing but misery and pain. Okay, so he chose me. She felt betrayed both by him and by me, because this was my idea that she should come there. I said that because I wanted them to break up. That's the only reason I said she must come. Not that I wanted to truly humiliate the guy and put him in the corner. I wanted him to choose me. And you know what? If I could go back in time, I would definitely have confronted the guy and walked away without telling my friend she should go there either. And I would never have messed up a friendship for a man, because it really was not worth it. Yeah, the girl has forgiven me, but we will never be the same again. The relationship is tainted forever, you know. We are cordial, we greet and stuff, but we are more like acquaintances now, not like friends. And I don't blame her, because that was so crazy of me. I regret it to this day, guys. It's one of my most embarrassing moments. I'm not proud of what I did. Okay, anyway, she left heartbroken. She told her mom joined in, my mom joined in, because like my mom did not know the full story, but like she's gonna take the side of her own daughter, right? Especially when she finds out that people her age are joining into the beef. Anywho, so it was a big thing, and it even affected my work, because the drama went to my workplace as well. Oh, guys, for a man, for that man in particular, so not worth it. So, anyways, time went on. I'm still dating B. I'm sleeping by his house regularly, but you know what? That guy used to have night terrors. Like, he used to scream in his sleep and say someone is strangling him, like a demon is strangling him. Like, at night, every night without fail, he would have these attacks, and I never got them. Only he had the attacks, you know. I would wake up to him kicking and screaming, and, you know, and he'd be sweating, even though it was winter when we were together, he'd be sweating, you know, claiming that this demon always comes at night and, you know, strangles him. I was like, that time I was not a believer. I was not a born-again Christian. Hence, I was fornicating and stuff. So I was like, yeah, okay, you need some spiritual intervention. And I was not thinking of Christ and prayers for him when I was saying this. I was thinking in terms of sangomas. Maybe he needs to go to a sangoma and get cleansed or whatnot. And he claims that he's been doing those things. He's been going to sangomas. He's been getting cleansed, but nothing is working. So I was like, yeah, your case is severe. Anyway, we continued dating. And then one rainy day, I'm sitting with him, and then in comes the girl he's been in a relationship with for a long time. The one I thought he had broken up with. She comes in and I'm sitting there. And she's like, what is she doing here? And then he lies. I think he says, I was just visiting. That's when I knew, these people are still together. He lied. He told me, I think he did tell me that they'd broken up. So I was like, this man, he's still together with this girl. So I was so ashamed. I got up and I left, you know, because I was also kind of scared of that girl. So I left very fast. I believe he did chase me for a while. He left that girl in that house, right? Chased me for a while, and I would like try to explain something, like I think he said, like, don't mind her, she's not gonna be here for too long, just come after she's left. I was like, what do you take me for? I go. So I knew, like, nah, there's no way I can carry on with this man. So I left him. I went to my friend, drank so much, I was under so much stress. I was drinking the pain away, because I'm like, I've never experienced this in my relationship, in my first relationship, you know, with my broke guy. At least, like, he was very faithful. I never had to run away from girls being aggressive, you know. Not Not that she was that aggressive. Yes, she was screaming, but I don't think she wanted to manhandle me. I don't think she wanted to beat me. But it was still a scary situation for me because I'm not a fighter. I'm a coward. So, yeah, I drank, and I don't think I told my friends. I think they were thinking that I'm still having heartaches from the breakup with the first boyfriend. Yeah, I was just drinking, and he didn't even call me, not even once. This Mr. B, let's call him that. He did not even call me to ask how I was doing or anything like that. It was crickets, silence from him, and that was also eating me up because I would have preferred for him to constantly call me. It would have made me feel better, because I was delulu. Darling. Anywho, time went, and then somebody I had a fling with from high school, who was in Dubai, who happened to be friends with B, came back. And then that guy said we should meet at B's place because he didn't know that me and B had a history. Ne? I used to date this person in high school. It was not that deep, but he's the one who said I should study. He's the one who applied for me to study in tertiary because he believed we were going to get married. He said he's not going to marry somebody who is not educated. So he applied for me in UWC and I got accepted. He's the reason why I have a degree. So somehow he had left and went to Dubai for some years. Now he came back and he wanted to talk to me. He said, let's meet at his friend's place, B. He didn't know that me and B had a history. And by this time, I was starting a relationship with another friend of B's. So these are three boys, three young men who were very, very tight, very tight. One, I dated him on and off throughout high school, all the way to university. He went to he went to Dubai. Now he's back. B, whom I just dated for a little over a month and found out that he's been cheating the entire time. Or let's say, cheating with me actually, because I was the side chick in all of his relationships since I was the latest one. And then now this guy, the new guy, let's call him Spark. Spark. Yeah, I met Spark in tertiary. They were friends, all three of them were friends, very, very good friends. But after I found out that B was cheating with me on his girlfriends, I started something with Spark. So I go with that man from Dubai. I go to B's house. Luckily for me, B is not there, right? So we speak, and this guy proposes in front of God. He proposes. He even calls his mom. I think I did accept, but he proposed without a ring. It was very serious. So I don't even count that as a serious proposal. Whenever I count all my proposals, the proposals that I've gotten throughout my life, I don't count that one. I did not take it serious. I just said yes, just for the vibes. So as we were sitting there, I think we were making up or something, and then B came back from work early. He was surprised to see me there, but I was giving him the eye, don't mention anything. He can't know. And we didn't tell his friend, the one from Dubai, that we actually just had something going on not so long ago. And then the one, Spark, the one who I just started dating, came to meet the guy from Dubai because they were all friends, right? And the guy from Dubai had just arrived. So Spark came. He found me there. The drama. They were fighting among each other. Not physically, but verbally. When that girl, the longtime girlfriend of B, the one whom he had told me he'd broken up with her, but found me there before, and then I left because she was there and she was shouting and yelling after me and stuff like that. Yes, that one. Yeah. She walks in there while they are having this friction, verbal alteration, fighting over me, you know. She walks in there, she's like, what's your obsession with this woman? All of you, what's your obsession with this woman? And she was saying to B, did I not tell you did I not tell you that I don't want to see her here? But you know what? Spark was too angry to even hear what she was saying. He was busy insulting them, and he drove me like away. He said, let's go, baby. And I went with him. We left them fighting there, and we went, and they never were friends again. Never were friends again. Now, this story was not actually about B, but I just wanted to give you a small catch up on what happened after I broke up with my first boyfriend, right? So that's what happened. Now the story is about Spark. Spark is the one who ghosted me after I told him I was pregnant. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. I met Spark in tertiary, right? We had a small fling there in tertiary, nothing serious, and then we stopped communication. And then one day he just popped up and commented on my Facebook pictures, and then I entertained his flirting. So we were flirting on Messenger, and then he said like, oh, let's meet up, you know. And we did meet up. At that time he was staying in Parklands, so I think I went to Parklands to meet up with him. I don't really recall what really happened, you know, but I remember there was some drinking and some fornication. And then like he was telling me, I remember before we slept for the first time, he was telling me, listen, I have a child now. I'm a father, and you know, I have a baby mama, and I'm not gonna leave her for you. I'm telling you this so that you don't, you know, expect me to leave her for you in the future. I was like, well, I don't care. I'm just messing around also, you know, I'm not looking for anything serious. I just broken up with my serious boyfriend, so I'm not looking for anything serious at this point in time. So I really didn't care, but you know, I was enjoying him. I think he was the first guy. Was he? No, he was not the first guy. He was my second guy with a car. Yeah, he was the second guy with a car. So I just liked the fact that he had a car. I could actually imagine us going places, you know, seeking fun in his car. Because I was like, well, I come from a situation where my first boyfriend did not have a car. So, hey, at least I'm upgrading, even if it's nothing serious. Okay. So I remember the night after, the morning after our first night, he was telling me like, listen, I know I told you I have a baby mama, but don't, like, everything I told you yesterday, just take it out of your head, because I'm falling for you and I want to get to know you more. I want us to spend more time. I want us to start something. I was like, okay, sure. I was not taking him serious. So every weekend I would go to Parklands to meet Spark. Every weekend I would go to Parklands to meet Spark. We would drink. We were alcoholics, me and him. Excuse me. And we were terrible with money. He had more money than my first boyfriend, and then B, his friend, whom I had something with. So he had more money than like most men that I've been with in the past, besides the German guy. So we would go out on restaurants. We would wear matching clothes, you know. And like, it was crazy. Our relationship was crazy. We would play music so loudly in his car. And yeah, man, it was nice, guys. You know, I really enjoyed that man's company. I felt like I was with a male version of myself. I felt like we really, really connected, you know. And I was actually also starting to fall for him, you know. And then like, we moved back to his home. Something happened. We moved back to his home. I think his finances were running out and he was finding Parklands a bit expensive. So we moved back home to his place. We were staying at the back room, right? At the back room. And I started having friction with his mom. But that was not enough for us to break up. We continued dating, even though his mom didn't like me that much. I think she was kind of disappointed with the financial, or maybe let's say the lack of financial support I was giving her. Because she used to tell me about how the girlfriend of the older brother was doing ABCD for her. And I'd be like, oh, okay, she bought you a sheep. Wow. She bought you groceries. Wow. I would not do much. Because all my money was going home. But this time I had wise and up. I come from a very terrible relationship where I was financially abused, and I was not going to allow myself to be financially abused again, especially by the mama of the boyfriend. I never. So, okay, I never understood what, since me and this man were always together, me and Spark, I was wondering when does he get the time for his baby mama, since they were still in a relationship. And the way he dumped her, it should have been a red flag to me to run. But you know what? Because I was a pygmisha, I was dumb. And I thought it was a flex, but it was actually not a flex. So this is what happened, right? I remember it was payday. And the payday was on Friday. So me and my boo, we wearing matching clothes. We are at Ace. We are drinking. We are dancing. We're having fun. We're both popular, well-known. People are talking to us. We're taking pictures and whatnot. And you know what? I never used to post him because I knew he had a baby mama, and I did not want to mess things up for him and his baby mama, So, and I know he would never post me as well, and I was okay with that. I was not even trying to push him to post me, I was okay with how everything was going. So we were drunk, we came home, we slept. In the morning, very early, the phone rings. His phone, it rings, he picks it up. And it's his baby mama on the other side of the phone. She is crying. I can hear everything. How could you do this to me? How could you do this to me, Spark? I trusted you. I gave you a child. Oh, she was in so much pain. She was crying. And this guy was like, well, it is what it is. He didn't care. He said, it is what it is. And I'm curious, what's happening? Oh, what's going on? And then eventually the call ends, and then I asked him what's happening, and then he tells me that was his baby mama, and she found out that we're dating. I'm like, huh? How? And he said last night he posted our picture together, and people were in the comments, oh, cute couple, blah 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 blah. So that's how she found out, because he posted a picture of us on Facebook, and he did not even have the audacity to explain nothing to this woman. He was nonchalant about it. And I was so proud, oh, I removed her, I took a man, he's all mine. Ugh, what a pygmisha. I'm so disgusted with myself. Every time I think about how much of a pygmisha I used to be in the day, I get so embarrassed and so disgusted by myself. Oh, I hate pygmishas, and I hate that I was one. Ew, that's not a flex. How he left his baby mama is clearly gonna be the same way he would leave me. I was so dumb. Anyway, I was so head over heels with this man. I loved him so much. My mom really didn't like him much. At first she did, but then she saw something about him. Mothers have very strong eyesight. They see beyond what we can see, okay? She said, I don't like him. Break up with him. And I wouldn't break up with him. I really loved him, And our relationship was a roller coaster. You know that Rihanna's music video of We Fell in Love? I think it says We Fell in Love. We fell in love in a hopeless place. Or we found love in a hopeless place. I'm not sure. But you know what I'm talking about. You see that roller coaster of a relationship, drunk together, high together, fighting, loving, fighting, drunk again, loving. It was that chaotic, So it was that chaotic. It was very chaotic. Anywho, so I really wanted to give him a baby. Even though we were not stable, guys. Okay, we eventually ended up moving away from his parents' house. And then we started we would be hopping from one rental place to the next rental place, always renting. And sometimes when we can't afford no more, whenever we think like the rent is too high, even though it did not increase, but because we were spending a lot of our money on alcohol and vacations and whatnot, you would think we had money, but we didn't. We were just overexpending ourselves with fun, We spent so much money on an entertainment. So sometimes we would fail to pay the rent, and then sometimes we would think, 3,000 is too much, let's find a cheaper place. So we were jumping from this place, rental place, to the next rental place. It was a joke. And all of these places were in Kasi, because we cannot afford to go to the suburbs, One good thing about this relationship, at least I learned a way to drive in the relationship. And it was very popular, the relationship. We were well loved on Facebook. Shame, we had a huge following. So yeah, anyway, I wanted to give him a baby. I was like looking at how beautiful his son is. And I was like, I think our son would just be as cute, if not cuter. So I wanted to give him a baby. So I spoke to my female friend who was older than me about this, like, I think I'm gonna trap this man with a baby. I'm so down, guys. You can't trap a man with a baby. He will leave you. He will still leave you. The same way he left his baby mama is the same way he was gonna leave me as his second baby mama. Can't believe I wanted to be a second baby mama to a man who already mistreated his first. I'm so dumb. And what about marriage first? Okay, or at least, because if you're gonna have kids, at least marry. At least marry for security reasons. Just marry. Not me. I wanted to give this man a baby. Oh, and this man had actually engaged me with a very cheap ring from American Swiss. I was wearing this ring. He proposed. I said yes, and I was wearing this ring for almost a year. It even changed color. No, it did not change like from silver to bronze. No, I mean like, the silver stopped shining. It remained the same color, but it just was dull because I've been wearing this ring for almost over a year or something. And no wedding date was set up, no lobola was done. He's just engaged me. And I was wearing it for a long time. Guys, when you're young, you're dumb, eh? And okay, I didn't mind getting married to him, but I didn't also mind not getting married to him. My first boyfriend, the broke one, was the only guy that I really, really, really wanted to get married to. Because with this one, I was in a position financially where I could have paid my own lobola with Spark, but I did not love him that much to pay my own lobola. Or maybe I also had learned a lot from my first relationship not to do that nonsense. Either way, I was okay with wearing that ring for too long. Anyway, so I was telling my old friend, like she's older than me, how much I love this man and I want to give him a baby. I want to trap him. I want him to always be in my life no matter what happens. Even if we break up, we'll always be together through the child, because he will have to be in my life for the sake of the child. Saying all these damn things. And you know what? I was so fortunate to have older female friends who loved and cared for me, who did not mislead me. My female friend said, don't fall pregnant for real for him. Just tell him that you're pregnant and see how he will react. And if you like how he reacts, then go ahead and have a baby with him. So I lied. I told him I'm pregnant. And he was so happy. He picked me up. He was overjoyed. He was kissing me. He was brushing my belly. Oh, he did not even ask for proof, because I was worried if he asked for proof, what am I going to give him as proof? Anyway, he did not ask for that. He was just happy. And then a week, on that weekend after telling him, that I'm pregnant on that very, very weekend. Nigga disappeared, ghosted me. You know, this is the man who every weekend I would be with him because we'd be like partying together, drinking together, you know, always together. But like this weekend, after telling him that I'm pregnant, he vanished. He ghosted me. He was nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Called him, went to his house. Called him. He's not picking up. The phone, like I think he even blocked me at some point because the phone would go straight to voicemail. Went to his house, kept going to his house, kept asking where he is, kept looking for him all over the place. Nobody knew where he was. He ghosted me and then came back and lied and said that he got arrested for drinking and driving. And then the next weekend he did the same thing. And then he wanted to use the same excuse again. I did not buy it this time. But then this is when I knew, let me not get pregnant for him. I'm so glad that I was not pregnant for him. And then the lie had gotten so far that I could not say to him I was lying. And I don't know why I did not tell him that I was lying. I was not pregnant. So I told him that I miscarried, when I actually did not miscarry. But because I knew he would want proof for something, I went to get the implant on my arm at some hospital so that I can actually have pictures of myself in the hospital. And I called them to come fetch me from the hospital. And so yeah, I could show them like there was a bandage here. Yeah, and I told them that this was where the drip was, you know the drip is somewhere here, but I told them this was where the drip was. And these people knew nothing about medical procedures, so they believed me. He came with his mom. Like everybody was sad that I miscarried. How can you be sad for a girlfriend that they miscarried? I'm not a wife now, and this is not going to be your first child. Why is even the family getting sad about it? We shall never know. But anyway, everyone was very sad, and I was also pretending to be sad. And yeah, he later found out that it's an implant, and then he forced me to remove it. A lot of chaotic things happened in our life. Some of which I don't even remember, to be honest, because most of the time I was drunk in that relationship. But when it ended so badly. It ended with him having a sullen lip because he had cussed my mom out or whatever. It ended with him dropping me at some township, like around 3 a.m., dropping me in the street at some township and leaving, driving off without a care in the world about my well-being. So, and then I had to call a good ex of mine to come fetch me, and he woke up early and came to fetch me where I was. And by the grace of God, I was unharmed. He found me safe and sound. He took me to his place. He gave me his JTI to go fetch my clothes from this man the next day. And yeah, that was the end of the couple goals on social media. Because like that time, Facebook was very popular, and we were like couple goals. We were one of the most popular couples there was. People really, really loved our relationship, but they did not know how chaotic it was behind the scenes. So this goes to tell you that never, ever envy any relationship or marriage. No matter how happy those people may seem, you don't know what goes on behind closed doors. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. And a lesson to learn from this story is never give a boyfriend, a child. Please, never do that. And also, it's good to test people. Tell them you're pregnant even when you're not, just to see how they will behave. Because men show their true colors after they think they have trapped you with a child. That's where you will see their true colors. The same way he was leaving his baby mama, not meeting up with her even on weekends, not going on dates with her, not doing anything fun with that woman, is the same way he was with me. You know, when after I told him that I'm pregnant, running away from me, probably going drinking with other girls, I don't know. But like, yeah, in that relationship though, there was a lot of cheating also from both sides. He cheated a lot, I cheated a lot. Yeah. So, yeah, it was just very chaotic. I guess that's the end of the story. That's the end of the story. I can't tell you much more because, to be honest, a lot of it is just the days, in my mind. It's so fuzzy. I can't recall some of the events that took place in that relationship. Because, number one, I was always drunk, and secondly, yeah, it was not that deep. That relationship was not that deep. It was a lesson. It was a lesson. And funny how this man was still trying to get with me years after we broken up. And no, I'm no longer attracted to him. Now he's got so many kids with the girl he was cheating on me with. And she's been engaged for years and years and years. She's even stopped wearing the ring. One thing that men will do is he will put a ring on your finger and not lobola you, and he will but what he's doing to her is something that he couldn't do to me. He's financially draining that girl, from what I hear. But anyway, I don't care. I really don't care, because yeah, it's one of those people that you regret ever dating, but at the same time, it's like you had to, so that you can learn what you know now. He was a lesson. Other people come into our lives as blessings and others as lessons. He was a lesson, and yeah, that's all he is, and that's all he will ever be. Otherwise, I don't care. I don't wish him harm. I'm indifferent. I don't give a damn. Well, that's the end of the story, guys. Thank you so much for watching me and listening to me babble. Tell me if you guys have ever been in any of the experiences that I've told you guys about being a pick-misha. Were you ever a pick-misha? Have you ever been caught with a guy in his house or something, or have you caught your man with another woman? And how did it go? Share, guys. I need to hear from you guys. You guys don't talk in the comments, most of you, and it would be wonderful to engage with you. I crave to engage with you. So share. What did you learn from this video, and what do you relate with? So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I don't know why I feel so tired and so sleepy. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed right now. So thank you. Bye-bye. Love you. See you next time. Hopefully next week. Hopefully. Pray that I make a video and upload it next week.